place is really out there, isn't it?
Yeah, tell me about it. This is the street, and then the house is just a half mile up on the left.
What the hell is that?
Hey, Haley.
There's something else out there.
Welcome to Happywax TV, and listen, this is going to be more of my opinion, and it's going to be spoilerish because I can't talk about this movie and give my opinion without talking about the movie. So if you don't want to hear spoilers of this, if you haven't seen the movie yet, for a rating, I'm going to give it probably a 5.5. There you go. Okay, so if you don't want to get into spoilers with me as we talk about this, then I guess just click the video off and go watch it, okay? I do recommend that you watch this movie, okay? No matter whether or not I like it or dislike it, give it a watch and then come back and then you can listen to me ramble on about this flick. So, right into it, okay? This movie has little to no Bigfoot in it at all, okay? I'm telling you, the first like 4 minutes of this movie, when I put it in, I was like, holy fuck. Like when the Bigfoot is in this movie, or Sasquatch, whatever the fuck you want to call him, it's fantastic. The scenes that he is in this movie are fantastic. And I'm like, why in the fuck is he not in this more? Like, it's this backstory, or I guess it's not even a backstory. It's like the full story is like a serial killer story almost. And then we have Bigfoot in the background. And I'm like, no, nobody is going to watch this movie and want that. This creature, for the short amount of time we see it, but it's just, every scene that it's in is fucking epic. It really is. This is one of the better, Bigfoot creature in the scenes style movies. Like, it starts off with these two girls driving this car going to this cabin, okay? And they hit something, right? So the one girl gets out to check to see what it is. And this Bigfoot, and you always see it kind of in shadows and stuff. We really don't get like a full glimpse of it. You do at the end, you see its face and stuff, but it's not till almost the very, very end. But there's never but this silhouette style that they shoot this monster in is fantastic, and they make it look fucking gigantic. And there's a scene at the beginning where they hit something and the girl gets out of the car to look, and this creature stands up with this reddish type of moon in behind it, and I actually had goosebumps. Like, I'm not kidding. This thing is, when you do get to see the silhouette and the little amount that it is on screen, it's fucking fantastic. And I was thinking, okay, here we go, because I have watched quite a few Bigfoot movies lately, and they've been absolute shit. And the first one that comes to mind is Hunter's Moon, which was absolutely fucking garbage. What a letdown that movie was. And I base all my fucking Bigfoot movies on the movie Exists. And this movie kind of has, as far as the Bigfoot goes, and what happened in that story, why the Bigfoot was so pissed off, is exactly what happens in this movie. Again, that's a spoiler. But when it stands up and looks at this lady in the fucking car, I had literally had fucking goosebumps. And then that's it. That is it. That is it, more or less, until the fucking end of this fucking movie for the Bigfoot. And I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer, you know what I mean? Because the backstory, or I guess the front story in this movie, is about a fucking serial killer, right? So let me get into the meat here. So it's directed by Bruce Wemple, and it's written by Anna Shields, who also stars in it. She plays Sylvia, and then the other main star in this is Rachel Finnegar, I think is her name. She plays Alex, okay? And basically what Sylvia's friend goes missing, right, which is this opening scene, and we later find out that Alex is the other girl with her. Okay, so Sylvia she wants to go investigate to find out. This takes place 3 years after the fact, right? So she wants to go find out and kind of roam around this area and see if Bigfoot's actually real, or, look for a friend, or, piece the clues together, okay? So she's driving there, and she takes on, I think it's called a car share, where someone, like a Uber almost, where somebody pays you to drive them to the destination, which is Alex, because they're going to this cabin that she lives at or knows of, right? And so they kind of team up together. And I'm telling you straight up, like, as soon as you meet Alex and see her character, you know that she is the root of the evil here in this movie, and that, you know, she probably had a hand in Sylvia's friend getting killed, amongst other things. You know what I mean? Like, you just have this feeling that she's the bad person in this movie. Like, there's no getting around it. It's painfully obvious, and it's all in the first act. And then when they get to the cabin, right, they find out that they like each other, and then it's like, for the rest of the first act and the entirety of the fucking second act is just them more or less making out and then questioning each other and then fucking and then questioning each other and then fucking some more and then questioning each other. And it's like on and like, oh, it's just, it goes on and on and on. And it's like, what? This is a fucking Bigfoot movie. I don't, as much as I appreciate two girls having sex with each other, like, I don't want to see that shit. I want to see a fucking Bigfoot movie, and it's really, that's not what this is. Like, when you get to the third act, okay, there's more Bigfoot in this movie, and again, when he is in this movie, it's fucking epic. Why is he not in here more? And I don't want to if anyone who's involved in this production, or, you know, Anna Shields wrote the story, and you can tell she clearly wrote it to you know, just kind of stroke her own ego. Like, she's in this movie and the story, and I'm like, I don't want to hear, well, we didn't have the fucking budget to have Bigfoot in it more. Bullshit. The way you shot him was fantastic. We don't need to have in-your-face Sasquatch for fucking 90 minutes, but at least a good half an hour or some more scenes with this creature in it, especially with how epic you make it look. And this whole less is more horse shit that you're probably going to come at me with is just that. It's horse shit. This story is written in a way that it's almost conceited on her part. And, like, please, like, what you should have done was had somebody read your script. And I don't think she did, or they did, or if they did, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, because I god honestly don't know how you think that this, I mean, the story is cool. The two stories are cool. The Bigfoot aspect and then this serial killer aspect are both well-written stories, but they don't work together in this story. And it's because of the Sylvia and Alex relationship that they have that people are just going to get fucking sick of. Unless you're like a 9-year-old kid, you know, a 9-year-old boy who wants to see a couple of tits and a bunch of girls making out for 45 minutes. Nobody wants to fucking see that stuff. Yeah, I get it. Maybe like 5-10 minutes to show that there's a relationship there. But it's just all the fucking time. And then they question each other. Oh, well, maybe she is the killer, or what's going on here? And then they make out some more and fuck a little bit. And then it's like, oh, well, maybe she is the killer, and let's make out some, like, no. It's just, that's lazy fucking writing. It is. It's absolutely lazy. And you ruined a fucking good Bigfoot movie. Because again, I'm giving this a 5.5. When the Sasquatch is in this movie, there's a scene, okay, where Sylvia's friend Jamie comes to this, he's coming on to this cottage, right? He's going to be there in the evening. He couldn't make it when she was leaving because he was sick or some bullshit. There's a scene where he gets out of the car to go piss, okay, because he's not at the cabin yet. And he's standing there in this misty, foggy background, okay? And this creature, again, stands up beside him, and it's only like a 10-second clip, but this creature stands up beside him, and the creature is easily 3 to 4 feet taller than this Jamie. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about, and I'm thinking to myself, what a fucking epic shot. Do you know what I mean? But they ruined it, because then that was it, and then that was it until the end of the movie. And I'm like, when the Sasquatch is in the end of the movie, it's like, God damn, guys, why was he not in this more? And this, you know, I know what they're going to say. Well, it's the lead up to the end. No one's going to fucking make it there because of this bogged down relationship bullshit that you throw in our face for the first, like, you know, hour and 20 minutes of this movie. It's only an hour and 28 minutes long, and it really doesn't fucking get good until the last, you know, 10 minutes of this fucking movie. except for the first, like, 3 to 5 minutes or whatever I said when we're first introduced to this creature. But then that's it. You get one 15-second scene where he comes up on Jamie, and then that's it until the fucking end of the movie, the last 10 minutes. And I'm like, no. And the story in between, it's just muddled down bullshit. It's almost like filler. You know what I mean? With these makeout scenes. And it's like, we already know Alex is the fucking killer. You'd have to be a fucking moron not to figure that out within 10 minutes of them meeting each other. Like, we didn't need another hour and 10 minutes of that. Like, what a wasted opportunity. So anyways, I know I just rambled on there for like way too long, but the acting is good in this movie. It really is. And these two stories of this Bigfoot creature and how it's, not able to come into this house is kind of a cool idea too. But, honestly, the two stories are great. I'm going to end it here, but if you go to the movie Dusk Till Dawn, okay, Quentin Tarantino, and I know I shouldn't compare these two, and I know there'll be fucking idiots in the comments. Oh, you can't compare those two movies. They're nothing alike. Well, they kind of are, because there's two separate stories here. Dusk Till Dawn had Clooney and Tarantino as brothers robbing banks, right? And for the first half of that movie, you're thinking, I want to see some fucking vampires, because that's what I came to the theater for. I didn't come to see, these two brothers kidnap this fucking family and whatever else, and that's like, get on with it. I don't care about the fucking bank robberies. It's the same as this movie. You know what I mean? I don't fucking care about the relationship that these two girls have. I do for like 10 minutes as backstory, but then move the fuck on to the Bigfoot, because that's why 99% of us are going to come. And you don't get the payoff. At least in Dusk Till Dawn, you get the payoff, because when the vampires fucking do come, it's in your face and it's nonstop, right? This movie isn't like that. You don't get a fucking payoff. You do a little bit, but it's not what you want, and it's not near enough. And I don't want to hear a fucking budget, because the creature was in this movie. You could have easily, excluded yourself a little more in the Sylvia and Alex character and put more Bigfoot in. But you just wrote the story around yourself, stroking your own ego. At least that's the opinion I got. And a lot of other people are, because I've seen some other reviews, and it's got a horrible rating on IMDb, even though I don't really give a fuck about that site. And it's because you just made this movie about yourself, put yourself in it as much as you fucking can, and used Bigfoot as as clickbait almost. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's got some cool scenes and he's got a couple cool kills, but I don't know. You got some gory scenes in here, head stomping and shit like that, but it's not enough. You made this movie about yourself, and it doesn't fucking work, because you've muddled down half of the first act and the entirety of the fucking second act, and people are going to click this movie off because they can't get through it all to get to the fucking final 10 minutes of this movie where the payoff actually happens, and even the payoff isn't that much. So, opportunity lost, really. But I am still going to give it a 6, just because the scenes when the creature is in this are fucking epic. So that is the only thing that saved this movie. The acting is good, but god damn it, man. Like, get someone to read your fucking script and fine tune it, because this was a great fucking idea, and it just got muddled down because she more or less made it about herself, unfortunately. And this character and this relationship that not really many people are going to fucking care about. So anyways, I'm going to give it a 5.5. Definitely check this movie out. It's out now. It's called Monstrous. Yeah, watch it. If you've seen it, please leave me some comments. I want to know what you guys thought about this, and maybe I'm way out in left field here, but I don't know. That's what I saw. That was my opinion. So let me know what you guys think. If you haven't seen it and you've gone through the spoilers, well, I mean, there it is. But seriously, go rent it, come back, let me know what you think, guys. And yeah, as always, stay scared.